What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to Diablo 4. Appreciate you guys coming by. Like this video if you will. Subscribe to the page and the bell so you're notified next time I post a video. And blessings to my patrons. Links in the description below. So the season has been a pretty damn good time so far. And I've been tempering with my gear. I fought Duriel and he kicked my ass. Just completely beat the shit out of my Necromancer. And I attempted him like 3 or 4 times, right? And I got his health down to about 1/10, and then I died again. And then for whatever reason it glitched, and I couldn't fight him again. I was like in his lair, and it said kill Duriel, but he just wouldn't appear. So I had to leave the game, and I lost my damn materials, which pissed me off. But nonetheless, I'm going to attempt him now, and we'll see how well that fares. So what I did was, I was sick of that bullshit. So I decided, in fact, I shouldn't fight him just yet. I shouldn't fight him yet, because what I have to do is I have to temper the shield. I finally found a 925 item power shield, and I need to mess with that. So what I'll do instead of that is I'll do a Nightmare Dungeon. But what's interesting is, after I got the shit kicked out of me, I was like, okay, I got to get down to the nitty-gritty. So I went over to the blacksmith, and I just started tempering all my 925 gear. And I didn't invest a ton into it. Like, let's take a look here, for example. My body armor, for example, masterworking. Let's see. I've oh, rank 1. Are you kidding me? I haven't masterworked this yet. All right, let's do that. All affixes are increased by 5%. Let's do that. Hell yeah! And that little asterisk thing that you see right next to the name, the Protecting Sovereign Male, and then that asterisk. That red asterisk, and then there's the asterisk on the mod that showcases that there's an enhanced mod on it, 250 life per second, which is really high. So you have to find those ancestral gears, and my helm doesn't have that. Like, none of my pieces have it except for my body armor. My weapon has that little asterisk there with 1310 maximum life, and then this ring that I just added recently, but that's only an 875 item power. But I finally found one that's 925 item power with an asterisk as well, with cold res, which is what I need. Apparently resists are very important, because Duriel was just kicking the shit out of me. And yeah, it sucks. I lost the recipe to spawn him from that fight, and apparently he can drop uber uniques. So I'm going to try to fight him again. But I actually found an upgrade to my gloves, because I liked these unique gloves right here, the Howl from Below, because they modify Corpse Explosion, where it summons a volatile skeleton that charges at a random enemy and explodes, and then it does more damage. So it's just really handy how you can pretty much utilize all the corpses around you, and they'll just chase after the enemies, and you don't have to make sure the enemies are near them before you explode them. You know what I mean? If they're on the screen, basically, and so is the corpse, it'll generally run toward the enemies and explode. So it's awesome. And I do need to find a 925 of these gloves. I actually found a 924, which I should probably modify. But I've already masterworked these 3 out of 12 times, and it's getting a bit costly. Because as you can see here, you have to do the greater rifts to collect these obdicites. Is that how you say that? You have to collect those things in order to masterwork your items. But let me just show you a Nightmare Dungeon real quick. I actually found, this will be the highest one that I've done yet, level 48. So you just find these things, you right-click them, and then you can teleport to the dungeon, and you can modify your glyphs with that. Now, I have a lot of work to do with this character, and that's what's been kind of fun about this game, is just all the little tiny modifications you can make. Like, for example, as I was saying, there's the tempering of gear, where you can temper your gear with 2 different mods of your choice after finding like these little scrolls and the hell tides that I've already used up. And you can continually re-roll them. You can re-roll a mod on the items. You can masterwork them and just pay a lot of materials just to make their stats just a little better. But what's interesting is that asterisk thing next to the name and with the mod, I found a few items that have 2. So I'm not sure if, can you find items that have 3? Or even 4, maybe 3 in total. Yeah, I'm not aware if you can. If all 3 of their secondary mods can be the asterisk thing. Because I found them with 2. In which case, it really adds to the item chase. So that'll be fun to try to upgrade that shit. As much of a pain in the ass it might be. In fact, I probably need to switch out this ring, but it does have a pretty cool mod. It's a unique ring, the Ring of Mendelin. Every 6th attack from each minion is empowered, exploding for 24,000 physical damage. But okay. So let's go through this rift. This is the hardest one that I've done so far. As you can see here, these enemies are level 102, and my Necromancer is only level 82. As you can see right here, level 82. But yeah, so I kind of stay back. But if I feel that I can get into the fight, I will, and I'll run up in there and I'll use Reap. It just adds a little bit of variety to the playstyle, which I like. Just using that scythe and just beating the shit out of things. It's important to curse them first. I did switch out my Iron Maiden with Decrepify, because I found that I was just getting my ass kicked every time I'd get hit, whereas my skeletons were doing more than sufficient damage, it seemed. What the hell is this? But okay, watch this corpse. It's going to have a guy run out of, and he's going to run into the wall or something. You see that? When there's no enemies around, he just like runs wherever. But when there are enemies, he'll run toward the enemies and then explode. Just a nice trait from those gloves. But there's a lot of variety. Like, I just killed a world boss, for example. For whatever reason, the world bosses have been extremely easy. We've been kicking the shit out of them. They die like within like 1 minute flat, sometimes 30 seconds. Has been my experience so far with the 90+ world bosses. Which I guess I don't really mind, because I'm just there to get the items. But the most challenging thing has been, of course, the Greater Rifts, or the Pit, rather. Ooh. And that's another thing, is I'm not sure if I should use a two-handed item, two-handed weapon, or just go with the one-handed in the shield. I did pop on the shield, because like I said, my skeletons were doing sufficient damage, it seemed. I was just getting the shit kicked out of me. But, of course, there is an argument that the best defense is a good offense. And maybe that's what I need, I don't really know. I might experiment with a two-handed item. But I do need to find a 925 one that does have that little asterisk next to it with an enhanced mod on it. But yeah, I probably should have consumed a potion or something to make myself run faster. But these nightmare, there's kind of a lot to do. You know, the nightmare dungeons, they let you modify your glyphs with the Paragon, which I really need to look more into. I'm not following a guide or anything. This has just been a real spiritual journey for me. So I've been modifying this glyph here. With the Nightmare Dungeon. But you also find goodies, of course. Wait, where the hell am I supposed to go? Are you kidding me? Travel to the nesting grounds. Oh, okay. And I think that's where the boss will be. But yeah, this has been a good time. And I do recommend you guys try that out. Take the spiritual journey. You know, don't just try to follow a guide straight up and get to 100 ASP and game over. But I mean, some folks do like to do that. I've seen a couple videos on the Summon Necro that gave me an idea or two. I didn't watch them all that thoroughly. I didn't look at all their skills or whatever. But I'm still using straight up Reap, which like nobody's doing. You know, nobody wants to do that shit. I just kind of, the play style I found kind of appeasing. But if I get stuck in the Greater Rifts, I might look up a guide. But right now it's just, I've been having a pretty good time, and I've been finding the 925 power item levels, I think, is the highest power level you can find. So what's next then is just finding them with the little asterisks next to them with enhanced mods. And perhaps Uber items? I don't really know. Are there Uber items, Uber uniques or whatever? That's why I was upset that Duriel kicked my ass. I almost had him. Almost had him after like the 5th attempt. But I should have materials to fight him again, so I'll make sure to record that, and I'll probably post it from next video. What in the hell am I doing here? The nightmare dungeons are a bit annoying because you have like, you gotta go pick up shit and search the slain villagers for the laboratory key. Oh, okay. Okay, that's fun. Yeah, I guess these might be my least favorite, just because you gotta do these little annoying objectives and all that. Why was it telling me to go here? Are you kidding me? Why did it tell me to go there? Okay, here we go. I'll cast my Army of the Dead. But Decrepify has been very safe. Hell yeah. Hopefully some of these are going to be the enhanced legendaries. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Is it over there? Oh shit, oh shit. But yeah, I'm curious if you guys have been playing D4. Let me know where you're at so far. This is my only character, and I haven't gotten bored with it yet. There's just so much you can still do with it. You know, so many different builds I can still try out. Why is there a thing over here? That bubble saved my ass. My body armor spawns that. When hit while not healthy, a magical bubble is summoned around you for 4.5 seconds. Pretty high roll, 4.5 out of 5. While standing in the bubble, players are immune. Can only occur once every 90 seconds. So I do have that mod. Alright, here's an event. But I guess the rifts have probably been my favorite thing so far in this. And just tempering with the gear after the rifts, just screwing with all the little mods on it. I did try to fight Uber Andariel, or what's her name? Uber Lilith. She's level 200. Completely destroyed me. I couldn't even get a sliver of damage on her. My skeletons were just swatting and swatting away. I don't know what the deal was. I mean, I don't know what it's going to take to do damage to her, but she kicked my ass. And basically just one hit killed me, so I was like, fuck it. I'm far from being ready for that. Like, it said she was level 200. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they weren't actually hitting her. I'm not sure. Maybe they were just missing her, but I couldn't do a sliver of damage to her. So I was a bit discouraged, made me a bit sad, but at the same time, it was inspiring. I was like, wow, this game has a pretty high ceiling, it seems, where, yeah, I'm going to have to do a lot of mods and shit to my gear to try to, you know, get a sliver of damage in on Uber Lilith. There's a focus, a couple other things. Oh, shit. Probably overburdened on those. I'll just keep them there. I don't feel like going to town just for that. But alright, so let's find that damn key. Looks like it should be right here, actually. I think. There it is. Laboratory key. Alright, and then there's the boss. Let's go get him. 12 minutes? Yeah, it took me a minute. But it's kind of taking my time. But yeah, the little objectives in here is kind of annoying. One critique I have, actually, is when you have to go and find 3 things, then go put them in the pedestals, they should let you carry them all at the same time, you know? You shouldn't have to go grab one, go back to the damn pedestal, go the completely other way, grab the other one, go back to the damn pedestal, and then go down or whatever and collect the other one. You should be able to collect them all 3, just hold them all 3 at once, you know? I don't know why they make you go back. It's just a waste of time. It's just a lot of backtreading, and I'm surprised they haven't fixed that yet. But I kind of get it that they want you to run around and do shit, but just to avoid, you know, walking through areas where you already killed everything, just let the character carry all the pieces at one time. You know, don't make them run back with the damn thing, turn it in, and then go and find the others. You know, they let them carry them all 3 at once. You know, that's complete bullshit. But I'm quite optimistic that they've stepped in the right direction with this. You know, something it is missing, I think, is like, apparently you can target farm unique items. Like, what the hell? Every time you kill a boss, it drops a fucking unique item. You know, how unique is it then? There needs to be the chase item still. Hopefully the Uber uniques are it. I don't know. But you should be able to find, like, some super, super rare thing throughout, you know, most of the end game. You know, whether you're doing Hell Tides or whether you're doing bosses. There should be random drops that are, like, really, really, really good. And not just, you know, slightly enhanced stats on the items. I'm talking about something that's kind of game-changing, you know, like the Harlequin Crest, for example, which maybe is an example of this. I'm not sure. I don't know how rare it is or how good it is or whatever. Can you find it anywhere in, you know, level 100 enemies and beyond or something? I just don't really know. But they need to have the item chase, and Diablo 2 had that because you look for the runes, you know, and they could drop anywhere in hell, basically. And they just had, you know, depending on the tier, a very, very low chance of dropping. So there's still a nice item chance. And of course, you could make a really cool item with it that did different things, that didn't just simply have higher stats. You know, that's the thing. The item chase shouldn't entirely be around just simply having slightly higher stats on the items, which is kind of what the tempering and masterwork is about. You know, there still needs to be the shit that's really rare. I mean, I like it how uniques are a bit more accessible, but they shouldn't all be more accessible. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I've heard rumor that there's like Materials Might in this and all that shit. Maybe that's an example of what I'm hoping for. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it too much because, to be honest with you guys, I wasn't all that interested in playing this when it came out, which is why I didn't post videos on this channel. I was like, I'm not going to get into Diablo 4. But after playing for a couple days, I was like, shit, I'm playing this game like a lot. You know, this is a damn good time. Did I kill the boss? Oh, I did kill the boss. There's the chest right there. That was the boss. See, I beat the shit out of it. Beat the shit out of the boss. So none of these have the little asterisk. See that little asterisk on this one? None of the items I just found have that. So they're pretty rare. I mean, I feel like it's like 1 in like 50, 1 in 100 or something. And then to have 2 asterisks on them is probably like 1 in like 500, 1 in 600. I don't know. I'm just taking shots in the dark with that. Ooh, there's a shield, because I do need a new shield is the thing. So I'm going to do some comparisons here, because my shield is only item power 907. But I need a shield with an asterisk, but I don't have that, obviously. A blood orb. Chance upon a blood orb. Shit, and I had this unique armor. Alright, somebody's at the door. I gotta go. Like the video if you will. See you guys later. Peace be with you.